It's been a while since we've loaded this up. Let's get back into it. It's been a little long, so I don't know what exactly I left off on. I don't really have a laid out script like I said I would for this video, or like I said I would last time. But I guess, the main thing is I just kind of want to come on here and say that, I have a lot of things to be thankful for in life. And, I mean, a lot of it is to you guys, the people who actually watch my videos. You guys mean a lot to me. So, I guess, just kind of I appreciate you in ways that, you guys don't understand how much you make my day better. Positive comments, and, when I see more people are watching my videos, even if it's just, they're not watching the whole thing, it makes me feel better to know that people care about what I'm doing. Another thing, I want to come on here and say that, I'm religious, alright? I might get some, negativity from what I believe in, but, I'm a Christian, so I believe that God sent down Jesus Christ, and He died on a cross for all of our sins. Whether you believe in Him or not, He still loves you. And He's kind of just waiting for you to love Him back, in a way. Because, the way that He tells us that He loves us is, He never stops loving us. He does not care what your past is. He doesn't care what you've done. Or, He, as long as you come to Him with an open heart, it doesn't matter your past. He can look past all those things. He even says that He will forget those things if you genuinely are sorry for the things that you did. I am definitely not, I'm not perfect, alright? I have a bit of a swearing problem sometimes. I don't make the best decisions all the time. And I genuinely feel guilty about it, because I know that I'm not deserving of God's grace. It's just how it is. Why should I, someone who is such a, a sinner, realistically, I am nowhere near perfect, but He still loves me enough that He would send down Jesus to die. And accepting that, that gives me a lot of reassurance that I need in life. It makes me feel like, I can screw up. That's not saying I should screw up intentionally. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when I do make mistakes, I'm not just, going to hell because of the mistakes that I made. And just, knowing that, it kind of lessens the worry I have on the world. Because, recently, there's been a lot of wars, and a lot of stuff has been happening that's not great, not reassuring for the longevity of this earth. So, realistically, God says not to worry because, that you can't control certain things. But I admit it, I am genuinely terrified that if World War III breaks out because people are bombing each other across the country, or across the world, that, you know, we're going to get into a full-scale war, and people are just going to die, you know, and I don't... It's not great to think about all the time. Oh, I just went in a giant circle. I didn't even have to do all that. Oops. And you guys don't have to, you know, be like, oh, he's trying to convert me. You know... like, in America, you know, there's freedom of religion. You can say whatever you want to say, for the most part. But if I genuinely believe something is true, and, you know, I believe that you can get good things through, you know, like Christianity in general, why shouldn't I tell the people that mean a lot to me about it? So, like, I'd feel like if I make it to heaven, you know, if I am saved, and the people that I care about, you know, get there with me and are, like, upset at me because I didn't tell them about this, like, I would feel horrible. I'd feel like I betrayed them because I didn't let them know. It's doing everyone a disservice not telling them something that I think is genuinely true. And you can take this information, you can throw it out the window. You could just not care one bit. And that's your choice. Like, I cannot force you to believe everything I do. I can only do so much. Oops. It ultimately is on you to develop a relationship with Christ. And if you don't want to do that, again, that is your decision. I can't force you guys to do anything. But I would love it if I could see everyone up in heaven. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Some people are, you know, don't want to accept that, and I can't hate them. I won't hate anyone. That's not something I want to do. Just because, you know, like, I'm trying to be overall a better person, and, you know, not be so closed off or like negative. Oh, I didn't realize there was two in here. So if this, like, I want this to be almost like, for anyone who needs to hear this, like, if you needed a sign or something to take anything seriously, especially religion, like, I want this to mean something to someone. And maybe it will. Maybe someone will hear this and say, man, I really needed to hear this. And to that, I really, it makes me happy. Like, I just want everyone to be able to know about this, and that way they get to choose, and it's not something that no one ever told them. And the more, okay, I'll talk more about, like, my personal faith, because I grew up Christian, and the more oh gosh, this guy's here. The more I, you know, try and develop a relationship, the more I feel like I'm not, like, belonging to one certain denomination. Because I just feel like a lot of the time there's so much hate between, like, Catholics, Orthodox, Protestants, all that kind of stuff. And, like, a lot of it's unnecessary hate, I won't lie. Why can't, you know, everyone just... I mean, obviously not everyone's gonna agree on, like, what they think is true. But I feel like everyone can draw their own conclusion. Because a lot of the time, they're all talking about the same stuff. But I'm not gonna hate on anyone, because like, what good is that gonna do? I'm just gonna spread more negativity because someone doesn't have the same faith as me. I don't want to be that kind of guy, personally. And I hope you don't either. I feel like that's just like, kind of just ruins my mood when I hear so many people disagreeing on things that really aren't super... I mean, they're important, but again, they're not like, they're almost petty. I'm just kind of going with the flow right now. I'm kind of leaving it all up to God here to tell me what to say, because I genuinely don't. I came in here with no plan, and I've already rambled for almost 15 minutes. Yeah, I guess, you know, I'll talk more about my experience, because maybe that means something to someone. I used to be like, oh, I'm not super religious, and I thought that was a flex for some reason. Like, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm not super serious about it, you know. And I don't know why I thought that was cool or something. Like, I didn't understand that, you know, not being very religious was like, you know, it was actually a problem for me, because then I thought that I could do things just because I wasn't acting a certain way, and I could always, you know, fix it later. But the more I think about it, I was just kind of abusing my relationship with God. And I don't want to do that. And as I said, like, a lot of my high school, I was not a very happy person. And I think that was partially because I was starting to fall away from, you know, God and whatnot. So, partially, I was just destroying myself by removing myself from, like, the love of Jesus. And then it wasn't even until this year, like, I think when I created this channel, I remember when I recorded my first video, I said my first prayer in over my first not you know, mealtime prayer. It had to have been multiple months since I had just prayed regularly, or just because I wanted to talk. And after that, I felt at peace, you know, like, with myself. I felt like I was making improvements in my life. Not to say that, you know, I had my life entirely figured out as soon as I prayed. Like, that's obviously not realistic. It helped out so much, just being able to... What does this one go to? Oh, it's that. Being able to talk with someone that will listen no matter what, and won't judge you based on your past. And they're not saying that there isn't people out there already that don't do that, but God never judges you. He always has an open heart to you. And I think that's the most important thing for me, because I felt like I wasn't understood. And which, it's kind of like corny and all, but like, I just didn't feel like I was being understood by people. I felt like, you know, I was alone, even though I wasn't. I had so many people in my life. I was just so confused and lost, and I didn't know what to do. So, you know, I prayed that night, and I was like, what should I do? What do I need to do? because I didn't know if I wanted to make YouTube content. I didn't know if it was the right thing for me. I didn't even know if I was going to post that first video. Like, I had it recorded, I had it edited, and I just kind of sat on it for a couple days. Like, what is this going to do for me? Like, should I even start? And I went upstairs and, you know, I was like, oh, you know, if this is for me, give me a sign. And I remember I shut my PC off, like fully shut down. And when I come up for water, somehow it's up and running. Like, and it's 2 in the morning. No one is awake. My PC was shut down, so moving the mouse or touching the keyboard wouldn't have turned it on. Someone would have had to physically press, like, the button or flip a switch. And when I saw that it turned on, I was like, okay, that's a little bit odd, but, you know, maybe it's just, you know, something random. So I post the first video, and it's about what you'd expect for a first video. It doesn't get too many views, obviously. You don't have an audience set up yet. And then I was like, okay, well, it's a little disheartening not to get too many views, but I understand it. And then I was like, you know, I don't know if this is for me, because I didn't get instant success, which I don't know what I was expecting instant success for. Like, again, unrealistic and delusional of me. But then I record and post the second video. I was like, you know, if this is for me, help it do well. And I remember I was stressing out over it for no reason. Like, if it didn't do well, then oh well. Whatever. And then I check on it, I think after like 2 days, and it got like 700 views. I was like, oh my gosh. It actually, like, how did this happen? Because, like, getting 700 views after posting 2 videos is not very normal. So then I took that into account and was just kind of like, okay, I'm trusting God now. I'm trusting what He wants for me, because set all this stuff up for me and was giving me the signs, and I wasn't like taking them seriously, really. I mean, I was, but like I was like brushing it off as, oh, it's nothing. Oh, it can't mean anything. But it was meaning stuff. It did mean something. And that got me back into my religion. Not like specific denomination, but I started to feel like, since He's doing all this stuff for me, why am I not taking this seriously? Like, I should be taking this seriously, because He's doing good things for me. And you know, at that time, I felt like that was, you know, the right decision. Like, oh, because He does good stuff for me, I should do this. And that's a backwards way of thinking. I should be faithful in Him, and then I will get good things. And that's kind of how it goes. Like, we need to kind of, you know, focus on Him first, and then not really worry about what He's gonna set up for us, because he'll figure that stuff out, no problem. And that's kind of how it's going right now. I've stopped worrying so much about like financials. I've stopped worrying about how, you know, jobs and like school's gonna go. I just put any worry that I have, and I just kind of like, hey, I'm worrying about this. Take my worry away, because I trust You. And it works. Like, it works for me. It works for everyone else that I know that is, like, I watch a lot of creators, like, on short-form content. And, like, it works for them. I feel at peace. Wait a minute. What am I doing here? I already have Mantis Claw. Wait a minute. What am I doing here? Holy, I'm bugging right now. Oops. But it works for everyone that I know. So I just feel like, you know, it will work out no matter what. Like, it has to. It's never let anyone down in the scriptures. And, you know, even if you don't believe in that, it hasn't let the people down that claim to be Christian and actually stick to their faith. So again, like, if this is the sign that you needed to start taking things seriously and, you know, start, reconsidering, like, your choices, I guess. Not that, like, you need to... I'm not trying to fear-monger you, because that's like, the worst... I see that as genuinely just, like, hurtful to other people. When you try and fear-monger them into being religious, it doesn't do anyone good. It doesn't help them out, and it certainly doesn't help you out, because you're not doing anything to actually promote what you believe. Oh my gosh, that's the second time I hit that guy. Okay, so I was here to get the tram pass. Ooh, excuse me. I want to do something good, you know, for other people. I feel like I am just like... I have so many things in my life to be grateful for. Like, I literally, I woke up today. I couldn't tell you how many people went to bed last night thinking that they, you know, were just gonna wake up tomorrow, and they didn't. Like, and just because I woke up, I already am doing, or I've been given another opportunity to do something with my life. So I've been treating, not like treating every day as like my last day, but like I've been aware that I don't have forever. No one has forever. Like, that's just, unfortunately, we are not, we don't have forever on Earth. And what I believe, like, you know, one day Jesus is going to come back, you know, the second coming, and the Earth is going to be gone, and then those who have accepted Christ will make it into heaven, and then we'll all... I'm not super knowledgeable on this topic yet. I'm still coming back into it and trying to figure out... I'm reading the scriptures again, so that's part of my reason for not being as educated. I haven't fully... you know, read it yet, so I don't know everything. But I know enough just from growing up that those who accept him will, you know, have eternal life with him. And I want that for everyone. I want everyone to, you know, feel that kind of love, because his love is unlike... if you felt it, you know, like, you genuinely, it's not like anything I've ever experienced other than just through him. It's a different kind of love to, like, what this world has to offer. And I want everyone to feel that. And it's not gonna be fun when people, because it says in the scriptures, everyone's gonna come before Jesus and they're gonna feel his love for a moment, and those who rejected him will then be separated. But they're going to feel that love for a moment and know what they missed out on. And that's this, like, it's just kind of sad to me. Like, he loves us all, and he's just waiting for us. He's waiting for you. Like, he's as patient as he can be. He's never upset. He's never, like, he knows everything that is going to happen. Like, he has it all planned out. He has a plan for you. And you just have to be ready to accept him. And I feel, you know, the sooner that you can just accept the fact that you can't really control as much as you'd like to in life, the sooner you will realize that you don't need to. Like, he has it figured out. That's kind of the thing. Like, I've stopped worrying so much about views and subscribers. Like, I still check it, and I'm happy when I get a new subscriber, and I'm happy when a video does well. But I also know that not every video is going to do well, and I'm not always going to, you know, hit my subscriber goal when I want to. And that is fine. Eventually, it will all come together, and I won't have to worry about when that stuff will happen, because I trust that if this is really meant for me, then it will all happen in due time. I just have to wait for him to set it up for me. And a lot of the time, the reason why he doesn't instantly, you know, bless us, because if I instantly got 1 million subscribers after I prayed one time to him, what is that really doing for me? You know, if I can just come to him and, you know, get whatever I want and then not talk to him, that's kind of like taking advantage of that. And also, I am probably nowhere near ready to receive 1 million subscribers, or however many I want to have. I am so unprepared, and I don't know what I'm doing, so I feel like he's building me up slowly so I know how to, you know, deal with all of this. If we are patient and we wait for him, then he has it all figured out. Is this guy evil? Okay, that's the not evil guy. All of these guys are evil. Don't free him. I was going on about... Oh, yeah. You know, you're not always ready to have everything be put out for you right away. And he does that on purpose. He knows what you were able to handle. He has everything figured out before it's even happened, because he's literally outside of time. Like, time is not even a thing to him. I realized I could have gone to deepness this way. You just have to be willing to put your pride, your, you know, all of the bad things. You have to be willing to put that aside, humble yourself, and just, you know, be accepting. I think that was a big thing for me when I fell away. It's because I wanted to control everything. I wanted to be, you know, the big man in charge. And the more I, like, tried to be, the less in control I felt. I just felt like I wasn't able to do anything. I wasn't helping myself. It's tough to see that. But after coming back and not having it all figured out, but again, putting that worry, anxiety, and genuine feelings on God and having him take that away, it makes me feel like I don't need to be always in control of everything. the spiders! The spiders! Is this... Oh. Oh, no. So I'm just saying, like, I promise you, if you genuinely are, like, worried, if you don't know where your life is going, if you don't know how to do, or feel like you don't know where life is going to take you, I urge, just try praying. It's not difficult. You just open it, Dear Heavenly Father, or however you want to open it, and you just kind of talk. You can have a regular conversation, and it makes me feel better. Like, it never fails. Oh crap, I shouldn't do that. Wait, I've already done that. Little goober is not over there. Do I have the tram pass? There is no way. Oh my gosh. Oh, I should have checked that before. Oops. Oops. Oh no, this is not good. Oh, goodness me, oh my. Ah, what the heck? Now I'm scared. What? Please no. Actually, you know what? Don't tell anyone, but we're gonna cheat a little bit. So yeah, me personally, I'm just waiting for things to happen. I am keeping up with prayer. I can't really read since I work most of the time, but I'll put on like long YouTube videos just of the scriptures, and that's when I'm most at peace. I work by myself now. I'm able to just kind of sit, do my job, and not have to worry about anything because I don't need to have it all figured out. That's not to say that you don't have to work. That's just saying if you do what you're doing and do what God's telling you to do, He will figure out the rest. It doesn't have to be... He may not bless you with, $1 million or like everything you could ever want, but He gives you everything that you need, and that's the important thing. He gives you everything you could possibly need, and a lot of the time He gives you everything you could possibly need and more. Again, like I'm recognizing the blessings that I have. I woke up. I have a bed. I have a house. I have both my parents. I have a computer. I can make videos and content sharing what I believe and what I like. Like, I could share my... If I didn't love doing this, if I didn't love Risk of Rain so much that I made like 1 million videos, not 1 million, but I've made like over 20 videos just Risk of Rain. I'm able to share it because I have been blessed in that way. And everyone has different things that they're going to be called to do. Some people, I could never fill the shoes of someone else. If I wanted to be, like a musician, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have that kind of talent. Someone else does. Someone else can make beautiful music with, the gifts that they've been given. And that's for them to enjoy. There's nothing I love more than seeing people enjoy their enjoy their talents and enjoy the gifts that they've been given. Because, really, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to appreciate the things that we're able to do. I am so lost here. I don't know where I'm going. It's just kind of like... It's almost insane how much he loves us. Like, it's genuinely, it's almost insane the lengths he's willing to go just for us. Okay, let's go. I've been doing a whole lot of nothing on playing Hollow Knight, but I've been saying good things, so that's what matters. This is stuff that I genuinely believe. May not be something that you believe, may not be something that you want to accept, but okay, I should rephrase this. Because it's not just something I believe, it's something that I genuinely know. Like, it's something that I know personally. It's not just believing, it's not just like blind, like, oh, I hope. It's like, no, this has happened to me. It'd be ignorant and I'd be an idiot not to realize what it is. So I hope that maybe this does something for you, maybe it doesn't. But I feel like I'm doing my part in, you know, trying to get people to see what I see. And if you don't, again, that's your decision. I'll still appreciate everyone who watches this. Even if you guys stop watching me because of this, it doesn't really matter too much to me. Not to say that you guys don't matter, but I'm saying that if I had everything taken away from me tomorrow, if I had, you know, let's just say something horrible happened and I lost literally all of my possessions, I had no one, I would still feel not helpless. Not to say I wouldn't feel like alone and, you know, generally sad, but I would still not feel helpless because I know that I still have someone who loves me and is caring for me and wants me to succeed more than anyone else and has something great set out for me. So yeah, I'm just being honest. Like, life for me has gotten exponentially better. I found enjoyment in things again. Because for a while, I won't lie, I was unmotivated. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even want to get out of bed and edit or go to work. And I wasn't enjoying the things that I used to. I didn't really enjoy video games as much. And then I started, like, remembering that, you know, I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to have everything figured out, and I don't need to show up for anyone except God. And knowing all that kind of stuff, again, puts me in a position to where I feel like I don't need to worry about all these worldly things, because there's something more and better for me other than just, you know, I'm gonna make $1 billion on YouTube. Like, that's not what it's about. That's genuinely, I couldn't even care if I make money from YouTube, because I'm doing what I love. I love to share my love for video games. Okay, now I can run. Ah! I love to play video games. I love to talk about video games. I love to talk while I play video games. And I think, you know, I'm a little funny sometimes. So maybe making someone laugh is all I need. And that to me is enough. If I make someone laugh, if I help someone out who's having a bad day, and if I can help someone realize that, you know, not everything has to be figured out. That you can turn to someone and they can take all of your anxiety and worry off of you. And you can live your life knowing that you aren't gonna figure it all out. This is the first time you've ever lived life. Like, think about it. Are you gonna have everything figured out? You've never lived another life before. You've never done this, and you're worrying about all of these things. And a lot of the time, you're not even, like, old enough that you should be worrying about it. I'm 19. I was terrified. I still am kind of scared what I'm gonna do with my life. I'm scared that, you know, I won't be able to provide for people in my life. It's terrifying. Like, I don't want to be a deadbeat who is broke. I don't want to have to worry about money. And again, I struggle with it a lot. I'm a bit greedy. I like to hoard my money. I don't like to spend much of it. But I am getting more okay with letting it go. Because you can always make more money. Like, realistically. Ow! So yeah, if this means something to you, if you guys have questions, I'll try my best to answer any questions that you have. I may not be able to because, again, I am not super knowledgeable yet, but I want to be, so that, you know, that drive to want to have more of a relationship, to want to understand more of what God wants me to do, that's important. And I hope everyone can have that drive eventually. I hope that, you know, everyone will start to take the relationship seriously with God, or even turning to God for a change. Like, people, a lot of time, people don't even know God exists. They weren't told about it as a kid because their parents didn't know about it, or their parents were atheists or something, or believed in different religions. Not to say that, you know, I'm not gonna hate on other religions. As I said before, that's like a kind of a scummy thing to do, I think. But, you know, if I can share my experiences with someone and it helps them realize the things that they have, you know, why wouldn't I do it? Alright, boss fight. Eek! Ah, I dashed right into it. So, again, any questions, I will do my best to answer. If you guys don't like what I'm saying, that's okay. You guys can simply click off the video. But I don't want people, you know, just hating, because what does that really do for anyone? Hating will get nowhere. It won't bother me. It won't change my mind about anything. It literally will do you no good to go into the comments and be like, oh, you're so wrong, and it's not even funny how wrong you are, and you lost a subscriber, actually. Like, okay. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's gonna bother me at all, because I know that what I am saying is genuinely true. I'm so sorry I didn't have my skin on. I feel bad. And if you guys want to see more of this kind of stuff, like, I'll start sharing what I, you know, can learn in my studies. And if you guys don't like it, again, I'm probably gonna still make this kind of stuff. That's just kind of, you know, it's what I believe. And I feel like if I don't tell you this stuff, I'm doing you a disservice, and I'm doing myself a disservice, because why keep this? It doesn't make sense. Let's see, is there a cool Crystal Heart animation? Oh, it's red. Oh, it's really red. So we'll get Desolate Dive. We'll play a little bit longer and see if anything else comes to mind. If not, then I'll end it off where I ended off, and that'll be that. But I just want you guys to know that I love you and appreciate every single one of you guys. Like, genuinely, I don't think you guys know how much I care about you. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my gosh. Ugh. And to those of you who do struggle with that guilt and shame, after you ask for, forgiveness, I want you to know that, like, that guilt and shame isn't from God. He doesn't want you to feel like that. He literally, after you ask for forgiveness and genuinely repent, and to repent means to turn away from that sin. You feel remorse for it, you genuinely don't want to do it anymore, you want to stop, and you feel bad for it, and you want to change. He will forgive you, and he will act like it never happened. He forgets it. It's wiped out of his knowledge, or whatever, his mind. And it's like it never happened. I don't know if you guys know this, but because, God never changes, he will never stop being graceful for you. He will never... like, oh, this is it, you blew your last shot, it's over for you, and now you screwed up one too many times, you're done. I am not going to forgive you ever again. That's not how he is. That is actually the opposite of how he is. He does not, again, he doesn't care how many times you screw up. He cares how many times you can go back and talk to him and ask for forgiveness, because he wants you to be in his kingdom, in his, glory forever. He doesn't send anyone to hell. That's not what God or Jesus does. If I'm being honest, we are the ones that do that ourselves, because we are the ones that ultimately have to decide whether or not we want to accept him. Oh no, 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 oh no! Well, well, well. I guess that's, I'll finish my thought and we will, we'll leave it at that. I will come back the next time and get back to the spot, I guess. But it doesn't really matter how you come to him. It matters why you stay and how you stay. Because the more that you are able to, realize and accept him, the more you're going to figure things out. And that's just how it is. You don't have to be perfect when you come to Christ. A lot of people make the analogy, you don't have to be clean to get in the shower, alright? You get in the shower to get clean. That's the same way that it should be for Jesus. You don't have to be perfect to come to him, alright? You do have to, once you come to him, you will be cleaned up. You will, you'll want to get your act together. You'll want to, genuinely be a better person. And that's really what it's about. You really just have to accept him. And a lot of the times, that is enough for him. So, I leave you with that, and you can do whatever you want. Either way, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.